You know, Chums, I think it's fair to say that, well, Prince Harry's in need of a new job, isn't he? I mean, let's be honest, he had a job, then he gave it up, and seemingly he followed, well, his wife around to stand around opening car doors while she steps out, pushes him away, and basically gets all the limelight. You see, a few years down the line, that's when the cracks start to fall in a marriage. You see, suddenly Harry does want to be noticed. He does want to see whether he's still got some value in this world. The bigger problem is you've got two egos, whichever way you look at it, and there's none bigger than his wife, of course, Meghan Markle. But Harry now has a new job. Oh yes, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you, Chums. Thank you so much for joining me today in the very heart of London. And behind me here with these beautiful, resplendent British flags all out in force is, of course, the world famous Claridge's Hotel. Oh yes, if you could afford to stay there, well, you're richer than me, let me tell you. I might go in later, you know what I'm saying? Yes, well, it's got brilliant air conditioning in these places, so it's always nice to cool down. And you know what I'm saying, there's always a convenience. You know what I mean by that. You have to know where all of these places are. That was the bonus about working in hotels as I did at the start of the career, because you get to know everywhere in London, and I've been lucky enough to work in all of these wonderful, splendid, historical hotels as a freelancer, and the ballrooms and the big things and the events. You never lose it, it's still magical each time you go in. And when you think presidents, heads of state, the Queen, everybody has walked through those famous doors. Oh yes, well, somebody who could do with the job. Yes, absolutely. Another tenuous link I can hear. Oh, we had a wave, Chums, by the way. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll have a lovely wave. Another person that could do with a job is none other than, of course, the former royal known as Prince Harry. You see, the problem with Harry, on a more serious note now, is he's got nothing to do. Invictus is 2 years down the line. You've got to get some publicity for that. You've got to get some backers for that. That's more important. And his other jobs, which are better up. Does anybody know what he does there? Not quite sure. Travelist pops up, not quite sure. And that's it. Obviously being a father to his two children, that probably is how he fills his time now. But what's fascinating is this. Suddenly he has a job, and it's all thanks to his wife. You see, we've seen it time and time again, the slow erosion of the power that Harry had. And I think this was really, well, for me, put into everything that you possibly needed to know at the start of this year. If you remember when his wife, the former cable TV actress Meghan Markle, took to her social media to remind us that she was a power force, a powerhouse, of course, well, who was behind, the camera? None other than Harry. And she made sure you knew this by saying, is it it's recording. Didn't need to do that. She knows how to work a camera, but that was letting you know that this was Harry's position. Now, as I said at the start of the video, the bottom line now for Harry is he's kind of best known for opening doors and standing back, not just for his wife, but also for his mother-in-law too, Doria Ragland. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting, because look at this. This is the latest offering from Meghan as a thank you to all of those devoted fans that have splashed out on that apricot jam and whatever other paraphernalia that she's now flogging online, right? I mean, you just got to think, wow, okay, is this where we're at? And it truly is where we're at. Behind this, of course, was none other than the artistry, or the artist formerly known as Prince Harry. And what's fascinating about this is that clearly he's found a new role, a new job, whether you like it or not. Now, apparently Meghan's not too fussed about this now getting out there, because this is just really a thank you to the fans. She wants people to realise that they're working as a duo. And as I told you before, she openly spoke on that red carpet, did she not, about how Harry's now enjoying working in the entertainment business. So imagine going from all of the, well, wonderful things that you've achieved in your life, particularly 2 tours of duty inside the army, to now being chief, well, egg mover and flower sprayer. Is that really a career? Well, according to some, this truly is. As ever, I'd love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Neil Sean, Claridge's, London.